Am I audible now? Yes. Okay. Yes, I got it. I got it. Now, what was supposed to be done? This was a question being asked that you should accept a number and then you should display the following output. Okay. So what I did, I already had a solution, a very compact solution in the for loop, but I just wanted to see whether you can write it in the while loop. So I wrote the program in the while loop. Is the program in the while loop clear to you? You could type yes or no, so that if it is no, I can explain it once, and the remaining program you will have to do it using the while loop. Should I explain it using the while loop? Okay. So kindly pay attention. Now a question, whenever this question is asked, okay, you are free to, whenever such pattern questions are asked, you are free to use while loop or the for loop. Okay. Because what will happen is a sample input will be taken and the sample output will be matched. Now you are already comfortable with the for loop because yesterday I have taken all my examples in the for loop. So in case this question has to be solved using the while loop, how we should start? We should start with n is equal to int input, which is nothing but accepting the value of n, which could be anything. So I have entered it as 4 for this example. How many loops are there? Two loops are there. So I will take two variable I and j. I is 1, j is 1. So this becomes 1 less than equal to n is 4. Okay. Inside the loop, I have said j is equal to 1. So now this loop, now we have inside the inner loop. Now this becomes something like 1 less than equal to 1. What will print I do? Print I will print the value of I, which is 1. What does end equal to double quote indicates? Keep the cursor on the same line. J is equal to j plus 1. What it does? It increments the value of j. What is the value of j? It is 2. Is 2 less than equal to 1? No. What should happen? This loop will be false. What does print do? Take the cursor on the next line. That means after printing 1, it is here on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1. What is the value of I? It is 2. J is equal to 1. What is the value of j? It is 1. What is the value of I? It is 2. Is 1 less than equal to 2? Yes. Print the value of I, which is 1. Yes or no? No. I was over here. Yes or no? I'm not printing the value of j. I'm printing the value of I. What is the value of j? 1. Is it less than equal to 2? Yes. Print the value of I, which is 2. Why I did this? For a very simple reason. If I do not do this, then this loop will be executed something like this. How many times the loop will be executed? Only once. Why? Because this increment is going to remember the value. So every time you enter into the while loop, it should start with j is equal to 1. So this was a trick. J is equal to j plus 1. In for loop, always it is this part which is going to start. Yes or no? In the for loop, I am saying that it should start with 1. So I could do everything in a single line. In case of while loop, you have to do something like this. Clear? Set j is equal to 1. Now, is 1 less than equal to 2? Yes. What should happen? Display I. What was I? Display 2. J is equal to j plus 1. Makes it 2. Is 2 less than equal to 2? Yes. Display I. Again 2 will be displayed. J is equal to j plus 1. It is 3. Is 3 less than equal to 2? No. So loop will be false. Print will take the cursor on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1 should make it now 3. Again I will be reset back to 1 because of this line. Now what should happen? I should come over here and type what is j, 1, what is I, 3, and so on. It should display. I hope my explanation is clear to you. So is this about while loop clear to you? Okay. Now let's go to the next problem. Okay. I want to print the output something like this 1 to 1, 3 to 1, 4, 3 to 1. Okay. I already written the code using the for loop, but I don't want this. I want you to write the solution using the while loop. Using the while loop. Clear? This is the solution in the for loop. I want you to write the solution, sorry, in the while loop. It is 23. You should paste your solution after 27. After 27. Let me see if there is any message over here. I should explain the previous program. Okay. Kindly pay attention. Okay. Assume that n is 4. N is 4. I is 1, j is 1. Okay. One moment. I'm getting a call. I'll mute myself. Okay, pay attention. I got a call, so I had to mute myself. The question that is asked is from the coding ninja, we have to display this following pattern. You could write the code using the for loop or while loop, but I guess you are not comfortable with the while loop. So let me take this example with the while loop. So point number one, what we do, we say n is equal to input. So that line won't change. That will be as it is. Now you see over here in the for loop. In the for loop, I get everything. I get I in range 1, comma n plus 1. That means it should start from 1 and it should end at n. Yes or no? I get everything out over there. In case of while loop, what I do, I have to first say I is 1 and then I should say while I less than equal to n. These two steps are required. Okay. Now what I have done, I said I is equal to 1, j is equal to 1. So what is the value of I? It is 1. Is it less than equal to 4? Yes. What is j? J is equal to 1. Why we have taken it? Let's see. Let's remove this line for the time being. Okay. Let's start over here. What is j? It is 1. Is it less than equal to I, which is 1? Yes, because I was 1. Print the value of I. So what should be printed? It should print 1. J is equal to j plus 1 will come. What is the value of j? It is 2. Is 2 less than equal to 1? No, loop is false. That means this is false. Okay. So what should print do? Take the cursor on the next line. Cursor comes over here. I is equal to I plus 1. What is the value of I? It is 2. Is 2 less than equal to 4? Yes. But what was the last value of j? It was 2. Yes or no? Is 2 less than equal to 2? Which is the value of I? Yes. Print the value of 2. Program seems to be correct. J is equal to j plus 1. So what has happened? It becomes 3. Is 3 less than equal to 2? No. Loop is over. Print takes the cursor on the next line. Okay. I is equal to I plus 1. I is 3. Okay, is 3 less than equal to 4? Yes. What was the last value of j? 3. What is the last value of I? 3. What should happen? It should print the value of j. Okay, it should print the value of j. Sorry, it should print the value of I. So what should happen? What it should print? 3. J is equal to j plus 1. What is the value of j now? 4. Is 4 less than equal to I? No. It takes the cursor on the next line. That means I'll get the output as 1, 2, 3, 4. Why? Because this particular statement is always going to increment the value. But if you look at the for loop, j value is always going to start from 1. J value in a loop is always going to start from 1. That means somewhere over here, as soon as my loop is about to begin, I should make j is equal to 1. So what will happen is every time the j loop will be starting from 1. Let's do the try run. What is I? 1. What is j? 1. So what is the value of I? 1. Is 1 less than equal to 4? Yes. Okay. So what should happen now? It should print the value of I. What is the value of I? It should print it as 1. Clear? J is equal to j plus 1. Initially, this will be 1. Okay. J is 1, I is 1. Print the value of I. J is equal to 2. So what should happen? Is 2 less than equal to 1? No. Loop is false. Print takes a cursor on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1. Let's make I as 2. Is 2 less than equal to 4? Yes. J is 1. So what is the value of J? It is 1. What is the value of I? It is 2. The previous value, which is 2. How many times the loop should run? 2 times. What should be printed? I. What is I? 2. So 2 should be printed how many times? 2 times. J is equal to J plus 1. Now makes it 3. Is 3 less than equal to 2? No. Print takes a cursor on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1 is 3. Is 3 less than equal to 4? Yes. J is 1. I is 3. Is 1 less than equal to 3? Yes. Print I. 1. That means 3 should be printed how many times? 1. Then J is equal to J plus 1 makes it 2. Then J is equal to J plus 1 makes it 3. So 3 will be printed how many times? 3 times. Is the explanation clear to you? Right. So this I have explained it again. Okay. Now the next program, you should be in a position. I have given the solution using the for loop. I don't want a for loop solution. I want a while loop solution. I want a while loop solution. Okay. So this is the solution in the for loop. For your understanding, I have written it over here. Clear? Now what you should be doing? This is the pattern. I want you to write it using a while loop. It is 31. At 35 you should be writing, not before 35. You should be writing the code in the chat window. So kindly write the code at 10:35 for this particular pattern using the while loop. Okay, let me just check. Gaurav, you are supposed to type the program. I guess you are not listening to me. I told you the time by which you should be writing the code. So kindly write the code. I guess you joined late. Today is a practice session where you are supposed to complete the code from the Coding Ninja. Amrit Jodh, I guess you're not in a position to understand. What I told you was yesterday I had taken the loops. So this time you have to solve 5 to 6 coding question in 1 hour. So hence I have given the explanation of the code. You're supposed to write it. I guess the screen is visible to you. You're supposed to write the code. I hope I have made myself very clear. Gaurav, Amrit Jodh, Atinder. Once you get a coding ninja, you can be in a position to complete the code. Your account is not yet activated. Some of the student account is not activated. Do not bother about logging into Coding Ninja. We'll be telling you. Some of the students accounts are activated. Some are in the process of activating it. So we'll be telling you when it is activated. Okay. So that's why I'm taking the examples from the Coding Ninja so that you don't lose out on the practice. And as soon as it is activated, you could start solving the problem on your own. Atinder, kindly run the code, check it, see if it is running the test cases and then paste it. Because for me, understanding is more important. If you're understanding it, you should be in a position to represent it on the pen and paper. That's good. But it seems the batch is poor in the while loop, looking at the time they are taking to solve it. Isha, just solve the examples which I'm displaying it on the screen. Okay. So point next program, you should be in a position to write this particular code within the stipulated time. If you are not, that means you need a lot of practice. Okay, so if I'm teaching for 2 hours or 1 hour, you need 3 hours of practice. Clear? So these questions will be uploaded to you. There are 3 documents given to you, HTML1, HTML2 and the pattern. This will be uploaded without solution. You are supposed to complete it. So today we have how many programs we have done? Square pattern, triangular. This we did. Triangular number pattern, we did it. This was told to you, you haven't completed it. Okay, most of you haven't completed it. Then the next program. Now what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to display the value of A, then BC, then CDE, then DEFG. Okay, if you look at this particular program, kindly remember that there is something called as a concept called as ASCII. What does ASCII stand for? American Standard Code for Information Interchange, which all the characters have got certain values associated with it. For example, if I type ASCII chart, if I type an ASCII chart and let me click on this. Okay, so what it tells me is if this is the value, what should be the ASCII table of it. For example, let's look at A. So in case I want to display A, what is the ASCII value? The ASCII value is 65. Okay, just remember, and there are 26 alphabets. There are 26 alphabet. So for Z it will be 90. Okay, this is the information you should remember. Capital A starts with 65. Only remember this. Lowercase a starts with 97. That means when I type A from the keyboard, internally it is represented as 97. If I type a capital A, internally it will be represented as 65. Internally it will be represented as 65. Okay, so capital A is 65, lowercase a is 97. With that knowledge into consideration, okay, someone has told you, you should be displaying the following pattern: A, then BC, then CDE, then DE, FG, then DE, FG. Okay, so let's remove this solution and let's start how we should be doing it. N is equal to int input. Okay, let's assume n is 4. N is 4. Okay, let's take I as 1, j as 1. While we know that I is less than equal to n. This will point n because you have to display n number of times. And then we'll say while j less than equal to I. While j less than equal to I. Now the big headache is how I can get p. How I can get p. So let's say k is equal to 65. Is equal to 65. Okay, and let's type of ORD function and try to print this value 65. But then I cannot write 65 every time, it will print 65. So let's say k. Then let's remove this and go to the documentation and check what is ORD function. The ORD function in Python accepts a string of length as an argument and returns a Unicode. For example, ORDB should give me 66. Okay, so CHR function in Python accepts an integer and gives me the Unicode point and converts it into string to represent a character. So after going to the documentation, let me use something called as CHRK. Okay. You say j is equal to j plus 1. Go to the next iteration. When the loop is false, what we should do? We should say print. We should say print. But this is always going to give me the value of k as 65. The value of k as 65. Let's check it. I is equal to I plus 1. I is equal to I plus 1. And here, every time I told you, j should be set to 1. It should be set to 1. This is the wrong solution. Okay. Let's click on it. Let's type 5 and let's execute. So when I click on execute, what will happen? Let's see. I will get A, then I will get 2A, then I will get 3A, 4A, 5A. That means it is not keeping the output on the same line. So what I will do, I will say end equal to, then let's run it again. Okay. So we are getting the triangle. It is only showing A. It is only showing A. That means the value of k should be incremented. So we increment the value of k by saying k is equal to k plus 1 inside the loop. And let's run it again. Let's execute it and check it. So when I do it something like this, what happens? I get something like this. A, okay, first part is clear. B, C, right? Then I get something like D, E, F. Then because what is happening? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. What the program wanted was something like this: A, then B, then C. Okay. So if you look over here, my first column should be A, B, C, D, E. Okay. And from there, it should be printing the remaining characters. So I want you to make changes in this particular loop so that I get the following output. If you look at it, only 2 lines are correct. Remaining lines are not correct. Obviously, it is not going to work. See, here k means what? 65. Then the next time 66, that is B. Then next time it is 67, that is C. Next time it is 68, that is D. But here they don't want C. Here they don't want D, they want C. That means it should work in this fashion. First A, then B, then C, then D, then E. So you'll have to make certain changes in the code. So 90% of the code is given to you, 10% changes you have to make. So think on these particular lines and make the changes. It may take 2 minutes for you to figure it out what changes we should make. Don't worry, I'll give the recording to you and I will upload this document without solution. Yes, any answers to this? How we could solve it? See, if you look over here, what is the first line? It says K. Okay. So what I will do is I'll do something like this. K is equal to 64 plus I. Okay, what is 64? Why I taken 64? Because I is 1. So I will say 64 plus 1. So what should happen? A should be printing as 65. Yes or no? And then it should get incremented. Clear? Next time when the I is 2, this will be 64 plus 2. That means I'll get a B. Next time it will be 64 plus 3. That means I'll get a C. Then next time it will be 64 plus 4. It is 8. 68, I will get D. 65, 66, 67, 68 and 69. Let's check it whether the logic we are developing will work or not. So does it work? Yes. A, B, C, C, D, E, D, E, F, G, E, F, G, H, I. Yes. So let's do the dry run of this. What is the value of I? 1. Is it less than equal to N, which is 5? Yes. Because what was the sample input? It was 5. What is J? It is 1. What is K? 64 plus I. So what is the value of K now? K is equal to 65. What is the function that gives me the character value of an integer value? It is the function called as CHR. It is a function called as CHR. What is the value of J? If you look over here, J is 1. Is it less than equal to I, which is 1? Yes. What should be printed? The value of K should be printed. What is K? 65. Factor of 65 will be A. Keep the cursor on the same line. K is equal to K plus 1, J is equal to J plus 1. Okay. Now what should happen? What is the value of K? K will now be 66. Remember. J will now be equal to 2. Is 2, then it goes on top. Is 2 less than equal to 1? No. So what will happen? This loop is false. This loop is false. Yes or no? So before coming out, let me remove this for explanation purpose. Now this print takes a cursor on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1. Yes or no? Control comes here. What is the value of I? 2. What is the value of J? 1. What is 64 plus I? 64 plus I was 2. Here see, I is 2. What I should get? I should get 66. Okay. Now what is J? J was 1. What is the value of I? It is 2. Is 1 less than equal to 2? Yes. What is character of K? Character of K should give me the value as 66. What is 66? It is B. So what should be printed? B should be printed. Is equal to K plus 1. Yes or no? Is equal to K plus 1. Come over here. J is equal to J plus 1. And then what should happen? What is the value of J? It is 2. Is 2 less than equal to 2? Yes. Now what should happen? What is the next value? Next value we are adding 1 to K. Previous value was 66. Yes or no? Now it is 67. So what is 67? It will be C. K is equal to K plus 1. K is equal to J plus 1. J becomes 3. Is 3 less than equal to 2? No. So what should happen? This loop will be over. Print should take the cursor on the next line. I is equal to I plus 1 should be 3. Is 3 less than equal to 5? Yes, j is equal to 1. Is equal to 65 plus 3. To make it 67. What is 67? 65, 66, 67. That means it should start with C. What is j? It is 1. What is I? It is 3. How many times the loop should be running? 3 times. What is the first value being displayed? C. How you know it is the value of k? What is the value of k? 67. So 67 is nothing but the k. Next time k plus 1 will give me D. Next time k plus 1 will give me E. I hope it is clear to you. Is my screen visible to everyone? Today you should be only and only solving. That's why I said when I basically gave you the program on the mail for the pattern, I told you to convert it into the while loop. Okay, remove those comments before running it. So you should be practicing this. I just checked the net connection, it is fine out over here. You can go through the recording, okay? But even if my voice is lacking, why the solutions are not coming from your side? If you see the output on the screen, you should be in a position to write a code, clearly indicating that there is a struggle with the while loop. So we have done 1, 2, 3 reverse number pattern. You haven't given me the solution. Character pattern, we have just discussed it. Interesting alphabets. Let's take the last example for today called as interesting alphabet. We'll be continuing this discussion on patterns tomorrow also. Let's see what is the question they have asked. They have asked the question something like this. If my pattern is phi, it should display the output as E, D, E, C, D, E, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E. If you look over here, there is the answer C. In the first line, we get E. Then in the second line, we get D. In the third line, we get C. In the fourth line, we get D. In the fifth line, we get A. So think about it and design the solution in the while loop. In the while loop. Let me check the recording of this particular session to see whether there is a problem or not. Okay. So what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you the questions without any solution. Try completing it. I'll be giving you the for loop. I want you to complete it using the while loop. Okay. Tomorrow again we are going to continue with the patterns, right? This today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow only will be patterns. Okay, so be prepared. Kindly practices on the pen and paper. Then only you'll be in a position to solve it. Otherwise, there will be a struggle. There will be a struggle with the patterns. Okay. When I ask you to give the solution in 4 or 5 minutes, it means at home you should have practiced for 2 or 3 hours. Then only you'll be in a position to deliver it. Otherwise, you'll be struggle. You'll be struggling with it. Okay. Kindly pay attention. This has been shared to you. Okay. So, look, this document has been shared to you with everyone on the WhatsApp by your mentor. So this was my link. Today's class was from 10 to 11. Your next class of Sushil sir will be 11:15 to 12. That's a master class. Okay. Tomorrow 10:30 to 12 will be our class. Okay. 12:30 to 1:30 will be your master class, and 2:30 to 3:30 will be the extra class only for the students. Only for the new students. In that particular class, I'll be teaching you if else. I'll be teaching you if else and a simple loops. No patterns, only the loops. Those who have joined late, for them, this remedial class is there, 2:30 to 3:30. That's an extra class. And this is the link. So kindly keep this document ready with you whenever you are joining. And this document, I guess, has been shared. Disha, is it clear to you about the timing classes?
Yes, sir.
Since there was a voice crack and the as you are seeing the video and the voice is not streaming correctly, I will see that the recording is immediately uploaded to check it whether it's the problem is there or not. Point number 2, I am going to give you the 5 examples which I have taken with the for loop. Kindly write the solution using the while loop. Kindly write the solution using the while loop. Clear? Understood? That will be the end of the class. That will be the end of the class. Tomorrow, I think your next class is at 11:15. You can leave now. You can leave.